Hey guys, it's Goblin here, and welcome to my Warlords of Draenor leveling guide. Now, this video, it applies to any level range, not specifically 90 to 100, and it also applies to every single class in the game. With watching this video, you're definitely going to learn a lot of tricks to basically just increase the speed of your overall leveling experience. So I'm going to separate this video into a number of sections. First of all, we're going to talk about combat, then we're going to talk about speed. So the first technique I'm going to teach you is overpulling and wall hugging. Now what this does, say you need to kill about 12 mobs for a quest, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and group all those mobs together in big groups and slowly AoE them down because it's a much more efficient way to get all those mobs killed in a shorter space of time. So I'm going to quickly give an example. To pull the mobs, you want to stay in your mount because obviously you retain that mount speed. And then, it's just obviously quicker to get all the mobs grouped up. So I'm going to get the mobs, get 3 mobs there. Let's get a few mobs here. Get more of that mob. This one, now that's probably enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hug this wall here. Now what this does is it forces all the ones I've pulled to the same place. So slowly come. Eventually, actually I think I've you obviously don't want to extend out of their aggro circle because then they start running back. But as you can see, I've AoE'd loads of them down, no problem. And I don't know, I killed like 5 in one go there. So that is obviously a quicker way to kill mobs altogether. Because you're AoEing them down, you want to make sure, specifically for a blood decay, you want to get your blood shield up to a high stack before you start AoEing. You don't want to start AoEing first, because you want to make sure you can actually survive all the mobs. If you open with AoE, you probably just drop dead. What you want to do is you open with Death Strikes, for instance, or any other similar ability which is going to make it tougher. Then you start to AoE. The AoE comes later. Another trick I'd strongly recommend is abilities like Mass Crowd Control. For instance, I'm going to put Remorseless Winter here, and they all should be stunned. There you go, and then they're all stunned. Mass Crowd Control is really helpful to just, relieve yourself from some damage. In situations like this, when you pull a massive amount of mobs, you definitely want to be popping all your defensive cooldowns and your offensive cooldowns to kill them as quick as possible. Now let's move on to the topic of speed. Say if I need to get down to the next area down there where I'm pointing with my mouse, we're not going to have a luxury of flying mounts while leveling up, so the only way for me to get down there would be to get on my mount and run all the way around, and that's going to take ages. But say, for instance, I did this. I'm obviously cutting that journey in half and making it much easier, much more quicker. Point is, I would definitely recommend leveling engineering for leveling up, because it's a hell of a lot faster with the Goblin Glider, and I think we should be able to buy them. I don't think you actually need engineering to get the Goblin Glider. As you can see, I have done that very efficiently and quickly. There are many instances while leveling up where you actually have to go somewhere inside, for instance this temple or a cave, and obviously this is an area where you cannot benefit from mount speed. Another engineering bonus would be this, for instance. This is obviously going to increase my speed while I'm inside. I also have potions like Potion of Swiftness to use. If you don't have the engineering bonuses, obviously you want to spec your character in a way that increases your speed most efficiently while not mounted. For instance, Death Knight have this ability called Death's Advance, which increases passive speed by another 10%, and when it's used it increases by another 30%. And leveling even in Blood or Frost, I'd recommend staying in Unholy Prison just because of that speed bonus. If you don't want to bother with engineering, you can use this potion called Swiftness Potion. Pretty cheap to make, and obviously they're infinite. I don't think they're even on a cooldown. Oh no, they're on a minute cooldown, and you're pretty much nearly at mounted speed while you use it. So it's definitely something I'd recommend getting. An add-on that I strongly recommend to increase the speed of generally just accepting and turning in quests would be an add-on called Auto Turning. What it basically does is whenever you see a quest mob, all you have to do is click it, then you get the quest. You don't have to click anything else, and same when you return it. I'd also like to draw your attention to finisher abilities, which after you've killed a mob, which provides experience or whatever, such as Dark Sucker, and obviously the haste bonus from Soul Reaper. Abilities like that which give you an advantage after killing a mob, I definitely recommend taking advantage of, especially if you're killing a load of mobs in a group all at once. That's pretty much all I can tell you. Obviously this video was only intended to give you like small tricks and small pieces of advice to increase the speed of your leveling. If you're looking for something that was more intense, like a really in-depth strategy to power level, like I don't know, like telling you which quests to go for, which zones to level in, I've left something in the description that you might find some use of. It unfortunately only applies to Horde. Maybe on the same website that it's on, there'll be an Alliance version soon. That's it for me, guys. Good luck leveling 90 to 100 when in, I don't know, 10 days, 12th of November. That's it for me, guys. Ciao.
My friend, I can't seem to stand. Nothing changes inside of me. I'm tiredly pushing the limits I build in my system.